Greetings from Triple IT Bhagalpur. Welcome to the podcast In the Talks. I am your host Shubharnajit Saha. Today's guest is Mr. Kanishk Tyagi. He had done his schooling from Delhi Public School, Meerut. He was a former intern at Dr. Ambika Power's lab, Symbiosis Institute of Technology, Pune, and software development team member, Experts Hub. He has also been a training and placement co-coordinator for the 2017 batch. He was the former co-team member of the DSC IIIT Bhagalpur team and a secretary of AIML Club. Currently, he is placed in Nykaa with a 13 lakhs per annum package. We are very excited to have you in our podcast, Mr. Kanishk Tyagi, sir.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me here. It's very pleasure to guide all my juniors in my college to tell about my experience and everything, so that it might help them to have the future goals and to do everything whatever they want to do. Thank you so much for inviting me here.
Yes, and that is not all. We will be hosting a live Q&A session towards the end of the podcast. So you can leave your questions for Sir in the comments down below, in the live comments down below. Don't forget to put your questions down in the comments, because we will be coming to these questions one by one soon enough. So, Sir, starting about the asking you about your schooling and your childhood. Can you tell us some of your experiences when you were preparing for your JEE, joint entrance examination days?
Okay. So from my childhood itself, I have been into studies a lot. To be very honest, from my childhood, from my class 10, from my class 12, I used to be a type of studious student, right? I just always concentrate into my books and all. Rather than ratification, I was more into the conceptual knowledge, which helped me a lot in gaining whatever I want to gain in my life. Apart from it, from my schooling experience, my school experience was very good. I've been into Delhi Public School and their studies. Apart from studies, there the extra co-curricular activities and everything was great there. I enjoyed a lot in my schooling time. And after 10th, from starting from 11th itself, I started preparing for JEE and all the entrance examination for BTech and all. More time I used to invest at that time itself into my studies and less time into my co-curricular activities. But before 11th in my class 9, 10th and previous ones, I was more into co-curricular activities rather than studies. So from my JEE preparation experience, it was like when I appeared after my class 12, I appeared for JEE mains, and then other entrance exams like bit sets and bit BID. Everywhere I appeared, I got around 370 numbers in bit set, but I didn't take admission in bits because I want to have some IIT or IIT. I get admission in IIT or IIT, so I just dropped 1 year and I just prepared that year. From FITCI, I used to take coaching from there, and that 1 year I worked very hard to get college. Then after that drop year, I was admitted in IIT Bhagalpur as a first batch of the college, and it was very nice experience, that 1 year of hard working. I couldn't actually remember the time I got for myself during those days. It was very hectic schedule for me. Around 15 to 16 hours in a day, I was into my studies and doing everything. Apart from studies, I used to just spend hour or half an hour with my parents. Rest of the time, I was into gaining the conceptual knowledge and solving the previous year questions and so on. So it was very good experience for me from my childhood till my class 12, then JEE preparation time, and then finally getting admission at IIT Bhagalpur and being the first batch of it. So that journey was quite awesome for me.
Yes, and sir, like we all get motivated in some way or the other. Like we all follow some sort of, like when we are studying hard. You said, like, obviously we all work hard, and something is like it's not that gonna be very fruitful if we don't follow someone, or when we are following someone, or we are following someone's footsteps. So, sir, there are many influencers we all follow. So, do you have any influences or any particular figures that you would like to share, that you say that you follow, sir?
Actually, to be very honest, since my childhood till the day I'm being at Nykaa. I'm very much influenced from my mother. She's a teacher. My mother is a teacher. So from my childhood till the time I'm here, every time she just used to motivate me, and she just used to tell me the importance of hard work. Actually, the thing is like hard work. Once you are doing the hard work, once you are just going into in depth of whatever thing you want. Let's take apart from academics. Let's take anything else. An example. Suppose as you are a good guitarist, right? I used to know from your guitaring experience that as if you are doing hard work in playing guitar, then it might help you in future. So hard work is never wasted. This thing my mother used to tell me from my childhood itself, that if you are doing hard work, then it won't be ever wasted. Like in our schooling time, right? In our final semester examination or in a final examination, whole of the book used to came, right? And we used to study every chapter. But at the end, the question only came from two chapter or three chapter. Rest seven are left. So at that time, I was very disappointed. Like I used to study all the 10 chapters, and the questions came from those three chapters. Even at that time itself, my mother used to say me that these hard work are not wasted. It might help you in future. And that thing happened during my BTech studies time. The chapters I used
Yes,
to
sir.
study in class 11, 12, they helped me a lot during that time. So
Yes, sir.
uh, main influencer for me and the role model for me is my mother. She used to motivate me. She used to guide me through the right path. She used to tell me what is good for me and what is not good for me. Everything, she's like a path seeker for me. So
Okay.
I just want to
And yeah.
thank her and all.
Yeah. And sir, there is this thing, sir, like obviously you worked hard to get to the college, but the one thing, some things that we all had to face was having a mindset before we were going to a college, because our school life and our college life are drastically very different from each other.
Yeah,
And we
exactly.
have to have some, yeah, we have to have some mindsets beforehand, or we have to make some preparations beforehand. So what sort of mindset or what sort of preparations that you had in your back of your mind before entering into our college?
Yeah. So actually, as you know, everybody has a aim. From a childhood itself, everybody has a aim. If someone is opting for physics, chemistry, maths in class 11, then the final goal for him is to be an engineer, right? And main goal is to be a successful engineer. So if someone has a aim that he want to have admission in some good engineering college, and after getting the admission in the engineering college, he wants to get some good placements and want to live the college life itself. So if someone has a aim, first thing that I want to make note here is, if you have a aim, if you set your aim and you do hard work to get that aim, then nobody can stop you in getting that aim to be done. So if you are in class 12 and you have decided that I want to appear JE and I want to get good marks so that I will be admitted in any IIT, IIT or NIT, so nobody can stop you from there if you are doing hard work. And one more thing, hard work in correct way, right? It's like, if I am doing hard work, you are doing hard work, but I am doing hard work in correct way, then I'll be getting more benefits from it, rather than just
Yes,
rectification type of
absolutely.
thing or watching videos and doing all those things. They doesn't help much. They give short time knowledge, but if you'll study from books and you gain the once you gain the concept, then everything would be easy for you. With any question apart from books, from outside itself, if you get any question in exam, then you'll be able to solve it once you will be having the conceptual knowledge.
Yes, sir. And
So
sir, yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
mean, yes, sir. Continue, sir. Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
wanted to say
I
something.
just want to say tell that if you want to have some goals, first thing is to set it as your aim, and second thing is to do the hard work in correct direction. And in doing the hard work in correct direction, you should have someone to guide you through the path, which
Yes,
he
sir.
or she might have been already been through. Like I can guide you all in getting those placements and how to get good marks in college examination itself, and how to tackle the interview experiences and all, because I have already been there. So it's very
Yes,
important
sir.
to have
And
someone who
yeah.
can guide you out. That's the thing.
Yes, sir. And sir, yes, sir. We got to know that you had changed your branch in your first year of your college from ECE to
Yeah.
CSE. Sir, what was
Yes.
your
Yes.
experience and how, like, what you had to do for that, and how much you had to work for that, or what was your experience in that particularly?
Okay, okay. So I'll be sharing my experience. That so, when we used to be in our first semester of studies, right? It's similar for every student that everyone has been hostel. It's been in the hostel for the first time. The life is like very new to us. No parents, no one, new friends, and everything. But if you are living outside your house, not without your parents, it's very important for you to just concentrate on your goal. So as I was admitted in Triple IT Bhagalpur as a 2017 batch. So as during the starting days of our college, since it was established at that year itself, and we were the first batch of the college, we used to face some problems like since it was new, so for the management to be in proper working, it just takes some time, like 1 or 2 months. So our classes, our professors were so good. We were very excited after seeing their profile that everyone was from MTech or PhD from IITs, and they have huge experience in their subjects. So it was very exciting for us to be into those first year of studies. Right, it was like everyone in our college, most of them are from our batch. They have already prepared for JE, so they just know how to do hard work. So in first year of studies, everyone was like doing whatever teacher was teaching in our class. They used to go to our rooms, and we just used to study day by day. We just used to make notes of everything during the first year itself. To be very honest, during the first year itself, it was such a new thing for us that we are living away from home. So we just need to concentrate on studies, taking books from libraries and studying from those books. It was redefined for me that I want to take admission in computer science, but I get ECE branch. So I set my aim for that year that I'll do hard work. I have already set my aim that I want to just upgrade my branch. So I just set my goal to for first year to get my branch changed. So I just worked hard for starting 2 semesters, and it's very easy for anyone to work hard in first semester or second semester, right? Because all the branches have same subjects, and most of the subjects are linked from the thing we have already studied in our class 11th and 12th. So it's like extended version of 11th and 12th. So it's nothing new for us to do with. Apart from it, in my class 11th and 12th, I just used to have web development and C++ as my additional subject. So I was in touch of coding, and I used to code in my school days itself. So it was a plus point for me to get those similar things into my BTech
Yes, sir.
first semester and second semester, and I just worked on
Yes, sir.
just correct this academics, and it happened like I managed to change my branch
Yeah.
from ECA to CSE. EC
Sir,
itself is not a bad branch. It's a very good branch, and even though it's better than CSE, but since it was my aim to be in CSE,
so
so I
basically,
just changed my
it was
branch.
like your domain. You wanted to pursue
Yeah,
something in the
yeah.
CSE
Actually,
domain
it was
because
my aim. It was my
yeah.
aim from childhood, right? I want to be a software engineer, and I want to be a good software engineer.
Yes, sir.
So for
So
my aim
talking, so
to
yes,
be,
sir. Yeah.
yeah,
And as I talking about your aim and all that, aim, sir. You had, I know that you had started your own DSC club. You were the co-lead of your DSC club also. It was
yeah,
you
yeah,
were the lead of that. And sir, that I mean, I have to say, sir, you had some really good you had some determination that you want to be in that CSE branch and you want to pursue something greater with that particular domain. Right. So, sir, what was your experience with the DSC club, and what sort of things that you used to do and teach, and what sort of experiences did you gather from that?
Okay, okay, I'll share that experience too. Actually, apart from this DSC, Google DSC, I would like to thank a lot to Sai Chetan Reddy. He is a CSC student from our batch itself. He was the lead of DSC, and he just worked very hard to get DSC settled into the Pride Bhagalpur. Since we are the first batch of our college, so we were the main ones to set different things in our college. So Reddy, he's my very good friend. He just worked hard. He just made different websites and all. He just contacted them to have DSC settled in our college. So once DSC was settled, I was appointed as a co-lead, and I was like lead of AIML club. So during the starting days of studies, uh, in second semester when I was in CSE, we just used to have a club, and there we just used to explore different things. Right, at that time we just used to do things which attract students to learn about it, right? So for example, I can give you like controlling the Google Assistant, or it might be some AI algorithms and ML algorithm for face detection, or numeric data detection. Many things, many artificial intelligent things we just used to do in those clubs. and Reddy really helped me a lot in those sessions. And we just apart from teaching student, it was quite a tactic for us to study before teaching the students, right? If you are teaching the students, if you are teaching others, then you need to have a good knowledge about it, then only you can teach
Yeah,
others.
absolutely.
So it was like Saturday, Sunday was off in our college, so we just used to conduct batches. We just used to conduct club meetings on Saturdays and Sundays. Even though our teachers, Biswal sir and Gaurav sir, helped us a lot in establishing those and motivating students to take part in it.
And sir,
Once,
yes, sir. And sir, talking about this motivation, particularly in regarding this DSC club. So sometimes
yeah,
it happens when we are having like the students are not getting that much interest in the club, or they're not like they are not getting so much motivation towards joining the club session. So what do you do, and what you used to do in that part to increase morale and increase their motivations?
yeah, initially when we set up the club, we just used to have only 2 or 3 clubs in our college. Like for 2008, when 2018 batch came, we just used to have only 3 clubs, right? AIML club, coding club, and a web development club. So initially the participation of the students were quite less. So it was very hard for us to go there, and in the classroom we didn't see anyone or two, three, four, five students into it. And seeing there, and it was quite disappointing for us too, because we were working hard in learning those things and teaching those to others. So as soon as we just used to teach them different interesting things, as I already mentioned, like those controlling Google Assistant, or making some AI models to face detection and all, and teaching them the mathematics behind it, what the model is doing, and everything behind it. So it just make the students quite. It just make their mind quite think in quite interesting way, that right, like this club is making some interesting things, so we just need to attend them. So as soon as we
Yes,
just
sir.
used to teach them, so this there the participation increases, and at the end it was like whole of the classroom was full when we just used to teach them
So,
different type
so
of things.
basically, sir, the concept was that you need to get the all the concepts and everything wrapped around their heads. You need to do your best to do that,
Exactly.
and
We need to make the things.
that is the main. Yeah,
Yeah, we just need to make the things in such a way that it looks interesting for the other guy. So definitely they'll come to attend the club. We were working on this agenda itself. We worked hard for that year. We have many different projects and all different techniques, Raspberry Pi boards, Arduino boards,
yes,
working
sir.
model, working models and all. It was very good experience being the co-leader of TSC for a year. I just knew different things. I just developed myself to teach everyone, and even I just developed myself in going into different domains. Like I started learning machine learning and artificial intelligence from there itself. So it just helped me to build
Yes, sir.
my technical architecture itself.
Yes, and sir, you mentioned that the 2018 batch was your first junior batch. Sir, the
Yeah.
thing is that we would love to know what was your experience with your first junior batch in your college life, and what was your experience, or what how you approached them,
So
basically.
since we are actually, to be very honest, the problem we faced with us was we didn't have any seniors with us. Since being the first batch, we didn't have any seniors with us, so we didn't have anyone to guide us through the paths. For you guys, for 2018 batch, we were there to guide them through the path, how to study different subjects, from where they can get different materials for learning, from which book they should refer learning different subjects. But for us, there was no one, so it was quite difficult for us during those days. As I can say, during our whole 4 years, it was quite difficult for us to manage different subjects, because for us the subjects was new, and we didn't have anyone to tell us. Apart from professors, we didn't have anyone to tell us what type of paper does professor said, or what is the things we can just focus on that subject. So it was quite difficult for us. So as 2018 batch came, we were there for them to help them in different studies. I just used to say to them, if you face any problem in mathematics or in any subject which I've already studied, you can definitely come to my hostel room. I can help you out, or you can contact me anytime, anywhere. I'm available for helping anyone. It's my hobby, as you can say, like it's my hobby to help others. So I was every time I was ready to help them. I was ready to guide them. Even though now itself they just used to message me, I just used to motivate them, like it's very precious time for you now. because you are already in like seventh semester or sixth semester of studies. So it's very important for you to just concentrate on your studies now and concentrate on coding to get to get good placement or to at least become successful in life. So it's like when 2018, even 2019, and for the 2020 batch, I didn't have any much interaction with them. But for 2018 and 19 batch, I used to interact with many of them. We just used to play together, volleyball and different sports. So it was very good environment in the college. Being a senior, guiding juniors in different problems they were facing into their academic session or anything which they want to discuss with seniors. We were always there to help us.
Sir, next question would be, sir, already, sir, we have given so much advices to our freshers and all the new students, sir. We are glad to have you, and we would like to know a lot more about you, sir. So first, the next question would be about why did you particularly go to choose software development and not any other field, sir?
To be very honest, as I already mentioned that from my childhood itself, I have already set my goal as to be a software engineer. So after pursuing my 12th class, it was quite obvious for me that I want to have a BTech, and from CSE itself to make my domain into software engineering, and that I did. I just set my goal to be a software engineer, and then I just worked hard to get that. So it's very important for everyone. I just recommend everyone to set their goals. Anything they can set. The thing they just enjoy doing, they can set their goals in that field, and it might help them in achieving those things. Definitely, it will help them in achieving those things if you have already set your goals. It's perfect time for your batch, like from 2019 batch, even for 2020 batch. It's quite uh, new. They are quite new, and it's quite they can take 1 year, like they can take their first and second semester of studies
Like
in
first they need to
learning
explore
the
the
concept.
field. They first they
Yeah,
need to get to know about it, and then
yeah,
only
they
they
just
will
need to
be
explore.
getting an idea about
But
what to do.
for 2019 and 2018 batch, it's very important time for them to set up their goals. Since it's a COVID time, the pandemic is there, every company is not hiring as much as they were hiring before. And even though they are not coming to the colleges, they are rejecting the proposals. So it's very tough time for everyone to be into this private sector or be into the software engineering companies, because companies are already working with their 50% staff, so they're hiring very less students. So it's very much important time for them to build their technical architecture in such a way that if someone is saying that I am confident in data structures or I am confident in coding, then he might have that architecture set into his mind that if interviewer or anyone will be asking me any question regarding that topic or subject, I'll be definitely able to answer it. One should be very confident about it, and he'll be confident only if he or she will be having a good knowledge. So I just
Yes, sir.
recommend them to set their goals and work hard.
Yes, sir. And sir, you were placed in Nykaa. So, sir, can you tell us some experiences where you have when you were sitting for the interviews, and what sort of like what sort of questions you were asked, and what sort of mindset did you go with, and like in general, what experience did you have with them
Okay.
while the
So
interview?
let me tell you about it. So when the NICA came into our college for campus placements, it was like 36 or 38 students appeared in the coding exam. So it was like we were giving the different coding exam on different companies before that, and we were already focused more into our coding skills. To be very honest, I was from my third year itself. I was preparing myself for coding. I just left out everything, and I was just mainly focusing on data structures and algorithms, and I was working day night on it itself for 1 year itself from for 2020, since we were not having our college classes. So at home I just used to explore different things. I just used to learn the data structures and algorithm. So during the coding exam, it was quite easy to be very honest, it was quite easy for me to give that coding exam, and from there was three questions, and from the three question I was able to compile three of them, and in one question it was partially solved, 60% solved and 40% was not solved. So I just cleared that written exam, and I was qualified for the technical interview round one. So during the time between the coding exam and the technical interview one, it was around 6-7 days for me to prepare myself for the technical interview. I was very much worried, like how will be my interview going, how will be everything, how will be the interviewer, whether he or she will be asking me question related to algorithms, data structure, or he'll be going into some other domain. I was very much like tense during those 6-7 days. I just I have, but my goal was set that I have already been into data structures, algorithms, and moreover, since I was working with machine learning and AI, so that thing I was been into. So these three things were my main field and main concept to be focused on. So as I gave my technical interview, initially it was going very good. So my interviewer asked me a question regarding, it was a question regarding graphs. So the first question which he asked was regarding graphs, finding the connected components in the graph. The one who have studied graph, they'll be getting it, how to find the connected components. Although knew the question, although I knew the code, but it was tactic. Initially, I was showing the interviewer that I am thinking on this question, how to solve it. So first, I gave the brute force approach to solve the question. Then the interviewer asked me to just write the code of it. So he just gave me a Google Doc link, and I just shared my screen, and camera was on. My mobile camera was on. He was seeing me from every angle at that time. That whether I am doing it myself or I am just taking help from others. So I just wrote the brute force code. Then he just asked me to think upon it. I just already knew that we can find these connected components using TFS, TFS, and many different algorithms. So I just told him that, okay, sir, now I'll write the code using TFS. So I just wrote the code using TFS at that time. He was quite impressed that for the same question, I wrote two codes, and both of the codes were working in first attempt itself. From that interview itself, I was quite confident that he might ask me to have the technical round two. So that day itself, at the evening, I got mail from Nykaa that I have been selected into technical round one. Now I'll be into technical round two. So in technical round two, apart from, I was thinking that they'll be considering on coding, but in technical round two, there was no coding section there. They were in that round, they were more into my resume, more into my projects which I did, and they were more into some core subjects of CSE like operating systems, database management system, compiler design, and finite state machines and all. They were more into that theoretical knowledge. So since I was into at my college time itself, I just used to study everything in very good way. So it was very easy for me to answer those questions. And at that time, in database management system, he just asked me to write some queries, and I just wrote it. In technical round two, I was very confident, like I'll be getting selected. So, but for 2 days, 3 days, the mail didn't came to me that I'm selected or not. I was very tense that I got failure, like I was getting failures again and again, writing different companies exam and not getting selected. So after 4 or 5 days, I got a mail from HR that you have been selected in Nykaa as a software engineer. Congratulations! And it was at that day, it was like the goal I have already set it in my childhood to be a software engineer. At that day, it was being completed. Currently, I am working at Nykaa as a iOS developer in a team of 7 members from last 3 months. I'm almost completed every 3 months. So it was very good experience for me to write those, to give those interviews. It just built my confidence and my way to tackle all those things.
So it was a great, sir. I mean, you speaking about it, you were glad that you told us about it. I mean, I just can't even imagine what you must have gone through in that. I mean, you worked hard so much for this and it finally paid off, sir. We are all very proud of you, sir. Like the whole college team is very proud of you. And, sir, for the next part, we would like to ask you, sir, some pointers on while sitting in the interviews, like what to do and what not to do. We would very much be glad if you would be answering these questions.
Okay. So
Like
I'll be
some
telling you
pointers
something.
on.
Okay, I'll be telling you something about how to prepare different type of things during interviews. First of all, you should be very confident. First thing, if you are confident with the interviewer, then it gives a very good impact on interviewer that this guy is very confident regarding different things. Second thing, don't try to be over smart in front of interviewer, right? The interviewer already had experience. Normally they just have experience for 7-8 years taking the interviews every day. So seeing the expressions or seeing the knowledge of the student, they can just usually predict that how much knowledge he or she have. So it's very good opinions. Don't try to be over smart in front of interviewer. Don't try to say anything from yourself like I know this, I know that, I know XYZ. If the interviewer is asking you the question and you know it, just say that okay sir, I know it, and just tell the answer in very polite way, rather than you didn't know. Suppose interview is asking me a question and I don't know anything about it, so it's very obvious for me to tell that okay sir, I don't have knowledge about this topic, you can just change the question. The next moment interviewer will change the question. And if you'll be doing like if he's asking the question and you are not knowing the appropriate answer and you're just moving here and there answering that question, it doesn't give a good impact on the interviewer. So it's a basic thing that if you know the answer, then you just need to give it. And if you don't know the answer, then please don't make here their moves to tell that I know about it. It's very obvious in this case. Third thing, confidence was the first thing. Second thing, don't try to tell much about. Don't try to be overconfident. Confidence is good. Overconfidence is not good. Third thing, if an interviewer is asking a question and you already know the answer of this question, don't try to show that you already know the answer. Just think upon it, take a time, ask for time to the interviewer that let me think upon it, then you give the answer. It gives a good impact on the interviewer that okay, this guy is thinking about this question, and now then he or she is answering. If you know the answer and you are answering in the second moment, next moment, then he'll change the question, he'll ask you the next question, and you might not be knowing that answer. So it's always good to think upon the question and always good to speak after thinking. And fourth thing, it will be like just concentrate on the basic core subjects and the knowledge you have gained in your 4 years of studies. Apart from it, if you are writing anything in your resume, if you are writing that okay, I have done this internship at XYZ place, or I have done this project with XYZ professor in XYZ domain, you must know everything about your resume, starting from your name till the end. You must know everything. The interviewer always asks questions from your resume. He just always asks, okay, you have done this project, what problems did you face during this project, or if you have done machine learning projects, what different algorithms you have applied it on, or why did you apply only this algorithm, why didn't you apply that algorithm. So it's very important for everyone to just focus on their resume first. If you're writing anything in your resume, then you just think, you just need to work upon that. You just need to know everything about that topic or that project or that internship time, so that if interviewer will be asking anything on your resume, that you might confidently answer it. And it's quite obvious that interviewer always ask question from the resume. So concentrate on resume. And for the initial students, right, from 2020 batch or 19 batch, just try to make your hobby to just explore into new things. Like there are many different things nowadays, just go into depth of this. There are different resources available on the internet apart from the academics, or these days everyone, since pandemic is there, everyone is at home. So just make a habit to work on different different technologies which we are working upon these days. Different, it's very good time to for them to go into those domains. Once you will be in company, every day will be a new day for you. I've been working with Nykaa from past 3 months, and every day I just used to learn something new in iOS. So it's very good time for you to utilize this time in learning new technologies. And I can even promise you that this learning might help you in, it will definitely help you in getting when you'll be getting the placement. So just start focus concentrating on different technologies like that Android development, Kotlin, Java, Flutter, iOS development. So if there are different hell lots of things. We already have that DSCs in our college, which 2018 batches currently working on. Try to participate maximum into those clubs. They'll be teaching you different type of things. They'll be helping you in gaining different knowledge about different domains. Initially, it will be quite boring for anyone who will be joining it, but as soon as time passes, once you'll be learning things, it will be quite interesting for them to work upon it. And definitely, it will give two advantages. First thing, you'll get a knowledge to about that technology or thing. Secondly, you can just write them into a resume once you know that thing. So you can go into cloud computing, you can go into Android development. There are different domains you can work upon. You can work with AWS, anything you can work upon. So apart from studies, it's precious time for them to work upon different technologies, since everyone is having hell lots of free time these days. So I just recommend them to
Yes, sir.
concentrate on them, try to
And
participate in TSCs and all.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. And sir, we all know that we all face some sort of setbacks or problems in our lives. We are working very hard. We all are working very hard, but yet we face some of the setbacks. Sir, did you face any of the setbacks during the placement drives?
Yeah. Everyone faces the failures. Actually, failures are the success paths. Failure is a success ladder. If you are failed in one interview, and if you are not selected in one coding exam, then try to see it by yourself that where I am lagging, what thing I should need to work upon so that I can think I can do it into the next interview or next coding exam. The main thing is, if you are failing into something, then you just need to learn from that failure, that from at which place did you lag behind so that you failed. And once you'll be having this habit to learn from your failures, then you'll be happy when you'll be failed. Success is not like if you just wrote first exam and you got selected and you got placed. It never happens. And out of 1,000 cases, for one or two, it just happened. For everyone, it's like initially they used to get failures. Even I got 3 or 4 failures, but what I did was I just used to concentrate on what I have been lagging into my paper interview. I was giving the paper interview in technical round 2. The question the interviewer gave, I was not very confident into the question. Although the interview that ran around 1 hour 45 minutes, the interviewer was like, "You can work on it, you can work on it." But at the end, I was like not able to solve that problem, so I was not selected there. So that day itself, I just make some notes that okay, I just need to concentrate on these topics. I'm lagging into these topics, and to be very honest, in the next coding exam, I just got the question from the topic I have read earlier from that paper interview, hash maps and all. So it was very good experience for me to learn from my failure and to get success now. So I would suggest everyone, if you are getting failures, don't disappoint it yourself. Don't get just be confident in you that if you are doing hard work, then you will get success. It will take time to get success, but definitely you'll be getting success. Don't stop doing hard work. Hard work is the key. So
Yes,
I'll
sir.
recommend everyone to do hard work and take something from your failures. Just try to think what are the drawbacks and what are the things that might lead to the failure. Once you'll be doing that, definitely it will be helping you.
Yes, sir. And sir, the thing is that we all know that in the CSE, when we are approaching it, it's like according to you, what is better? Like according to you, okay, like according to you, data structure algorithm versus competitive coding versus software development profiles. Like which will be better for you according to you?
Okay. So let me tell you what happens when you are in college. When you are in college, we already have different coding languages and different data structures and algorithm as our subjects, right? So, and we also have software development as our subjects. So these things that you said, competitive programming, software development, data structures and algorithm, I could say that all the three are important. All of them are important in one or another aspect. Let me tell you, if initially as first year or second year, all of us have already been into C data structures, and most of them have already been into algorithms. So what we used to do, what I used to do initially was watching the YouTube lectures of different good tutors, right? Just downloading the playlist and watching the lectures whole night. And by seeing the lectures, we just used to understand everything, and we just used to think that okay, now I got it. Now I have watched 120 videos of data structures, and I just know data structure. I just know the working of arrays. I just know what are linked lists and what are graphs and what are trees. But this thing gave you knowledge at that aspect only. Once you'll be having a question, once you'll be having a real life problem, then at that point you might not be able to think anything in that case. If you'll be given a real life problem, or if you'll be given a random question. So according to me, and thing I would suggest is, if you're learning something, just try to make a small projects on it. If you're learning data structures, if you're learning algorithm, or if you're learning a machine learning, just try to develop some small projects by yourself without seeing any video, or just seeing the video before and just implementing the projects yourself. You might take help from the resources available on the internet, but you just need to write the code yourself. If you'll be writing the code yourself and you'll be understanding different problems and different errors you'll be facing, definitely it might help you in getting knowledge, deep knowledge about that topic. So rather than watching different YouTube videos, different thing, one just I'm not saying that don't watch YouTube videos, don't watch them. I say watch them, but after watching them, try to implement things yourself. Rather than seeing the video and writing the code in compiler and just compiling it, okay, I got the output, it's looking very good, and being happy, okay, I have done this project. But that didn't help you a lot. It's just the thing the YouTuber was showing to you, and you just wrote it in your pad and you just compiled it. No, the thing is what you have learned from it. If you are watching the if you are reading something from book, or you are using any resources, just try to do it yourself at the end and try to rate yourself, right? If okay, suppose some guys today motivated by my talk, and he just started working on something, he just started working on some machine learning algorithm. So once he read those machine learning algorithm, after doing the project by yourself, try to rate yourself from out of 10. Right after seeing the project, how much I rate myself from out of 10. Once initially at starting, definitely you will be like, okay, I'll be giving 5 out of 10 from it. You can just ask your best friends to rate after seeing the code or some project, small projects. You can just ask your friend to see that and rate out of 10. So once you'll be getting those ratings, so it might motivate you to work harder on it and getting the deep knowledge. Definitely it might help you. So
Yes, sir.
theoretical knowledge is important, but the thing is you should implement the things yourself. Especially the computer science students who are much into coding and all. I just recommend them to do the things themselves rather than seeing the code, control, copy, paste, and all. Rather than doing that, just
Yes,
see what is the behind the code. Definitely, it will help you out in achieving the success.
yes. And so now we will be moving on to the Q&A session, the live Q&A sessions. We already have many questions lined up, so we will be looking at them one by one, and I will be showing them. And please, sir, I will request you to answer them one by one.
Okay, definitely help you answer them. No questions.
Okay. So Suryansh Pandey is asking how to start preparing from the first year for tech placement for non-tech branch.
Okay. So for the first year students, for in first and second semesters, as you all know that all the subjects are same. Even though you might have been having the classes together, CSE students studying with EC and EC working with mechatronics. So in first year, try to focus on the academics itself. Just increase the core knowledge. In first year, you'll be learning C, C++, and you'll be learning the main aspect, the main thing in computer science, that are data structures. Once you will be getting deep knowledge of data structures, then from second year, third year itself, you just start going into the domain you want to go. But for the first year student, I just recommend them to just focus on their academics, try to make your CGPA. Actually, to be frank, in first two semesters, it's very good to increase your CGPA. Once you'll be into third, fourth, and sixth semester, it'll be very difficult for you all to maintain your CGPA. In my first semester of studies, I got 9.8 in my first semester. But as the semester passes, it just started decreasing. So especially for the first year students, it's very precious time for you to get a good CGPA. And moreover, apart from CGPA, it's very good time for all of you to have some good knowledge regarding the core subjects. It's very obvious for all of you to just concentrate on the academics. Just if you are having a data structures in your second semester of studies, all of them will be in second semester now, I guess. So in this semester, they might be studying data structures, or if they are not studying, then definitely in next semester they'll be studying it. So concentrate on if you are from non-tech branch, and if you want to go from technical domain, definitely you need to work on coding and algorithms. So if you are having subject data structures into your curriculum, then it's very precious time for you to just concentrate on that subject, because if you will not be concentrating it now, then after third year you'll be reading it. You can ask any fourth year student that definitely they might have been reading data structure algorithms again. Anyone who is in BTech will study data structures and algorithms in their sixth and seventh semester if they want to get placed. Because companies first thing they ask for anyone to get placed is coding. And if you are not good in coding, then in first round itself they'll be not taking you for the next technical rounds.
Yes.
So if you want to go into technical thing, then major thing you want to concentrate is on coding, and not coding but making thinking in that way, using different data structure for solving the same problem. That thing might help you. If someone give you a
Yes.
problem, try to solve it with different using different data structures, arrays, linked lists, trees. Definitely it will help you out in gaining the deep knowledge about it.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you. So we will be moving on to the next question. Uh, the next question is by Aryan Tripathi. He has asked, "Sir, how to decide between DSA and development?"
So the TSA is a part of development. So for development, you need to know TSA. I could say that. Initially, actually, to get into the development type of thing, initially you just need to know the steps to get those things. Currently, I'm working with iOS, so initially I just read different languages, Objective C and Swift. Then I have been into that iOS development type of thing, different learning about different view controllers, different delegate patterns, different data sources, different things. That all thing comes under a package which I need to know for the development type of thing. So for the development itself, you just need to know about DSA. You just need to know about the basics of development. So once you will be going through the basics of development, then you can just opt for the development. And from the college point of view, just concentrate on what you have decided to be into. Just not deflect from your path. Suppose I have decided that I want to be into the software engineering, so just be into that thing only. Just concentrate on software engineering itself. Just don't deflect by seeing your friend. Okay, he is want to be the data scientist, so he's learning data science. So I just deviated from my path and started learning the data science. It won't help you.
The goal
It
should be
just it
strong, basically.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
goal should be very strong. If you have already defined your goal that I want to be into this thing, so just work hard on get doing that thing. Don't just get deviate from the goal. I would definitely suggest you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. We will move on into the we will be moving on to the next question, and the next question is by Pavitra Gautam. What is the ideal time for pursuing an internship? A very good question.
For pursuing the internship, right? In first year, nobody takes for first year student. Nobody takes them for internship because they didn't have enough knowledge for uh, for the subjects or for the things they require for the internship. If someone is extraordinary, I'll not say that first year student don't do internship. If someone is extraordinary or he just did something before regarding that thing and now he's just working on that itself, then he might get an internship. Apart from it, after second year, it's a quite good time for all of you to get internship at some at academic internship or some industrial internship. After second year, definitely you might get some academic internship into some IITs and NITs or IITs, working on different things you want to do. And if you are like quite good in coding and you are just quite focused into your goal, then you might search out different companies who are taking interns, and you can just try to write those coding exams, and you just try to take those technical interview and get selected, and you will be getting the internship into those companies. So ideal time for doing internship according to me is after second year. First year students, it's very obvious time for you to concentrate on your academics because it might help you in gaining good CGPA, maintaining the CGPA. Above 8 pointer is required by most of the MNCs to take their exam. Below it, they won't allow to sit. So initially, if you are okay, if I have said that you just need to work on coding. So if you are not having your current CGPA as 8, then they will not take you to write the coding exam. So everything will be spoiled. So the first goal should be to maintain the CGPA at least 8. So for doing that, you just need to focus on your academics too. As I know in our college, all the professors are very good. They are just very well into their subjects. They just used to solve different queries the students have and everything. So it will be very good for you to just concentrate on academics. Try to talk with your seniors regarding different subjects. You can just ask them to help you out. How did manage different subjects, or how did they, which book they preferred, what thing they just used to do to get good marks into that subject, or how's the paper exam pattern at those times. What are the important questions they just want to do. So it's very good habit to just interact with your seniors to help. They definitely help you out in doing the things, because they have already been into that phase. They have already read those
Yeah.
subjects and all. So as I can say, for this pursuing internship after second year and all.
Okay. And so moving on to the next question. Um, it's by Ankit Kumar. Sir, what is the level of preparation needed to crack Nykaa?
Okay. The level of preparation, not to crack Nykaa, to crack any company is like good. Uh, In the current scenario of pandemic, the level of preparation should be at your best. If you are at your best, then only you can crack interviews. As you know that this is current situation, pandemic situation. Every company is working with almost half of their staff. They are not hiring new interns, and they are not hiring new employees. And if any company is hiring, then they are just looking for the creamy layer. In the non-pandemic time, if a company was hiring 50 employees, in the pandemic time, they are just hiring 25. So it's almost half. So if you want to be into those halves, then the level of preparation should be at your best. At least if you are preparing for any MNCs and to work with any MNC, the core subjects you might, they need to be hands on with you. The basic three subjects will be data structures, algorithms, and the third I could say a category of the core subjects of CSE, EBMS, or some compiler design and some operating system. So level of preparation should be at best if you want to crack, not at Nykaa, if you want to crack any of them, Amazon, Flipkart, anything. The level of preparation should be at your best.
Okay, and so moving on. Yeah. Yeah. Moving on. Bhairavnath Bhardwaj has asked, Sir, please tell us about your projects.
Okay. I'll be sending you my resume. You can just read about my projects, because it'll take a lots of time for me to describe my projects. I'll give you a brief description. Since I was into machine learning and AI, so my major projects are from machine learning algorithm itself. My three my software engineering project was student leave management system, which me and my team designed during college days for leave management of the students as well as teachers. Apart from it, we just developed tracked trade report submission classification tasks. We three of us, Sai Chetan Reddy, my roommate Abhay Anand Tripathi, and me, we just worked on it, and we just make a research paper published on this project itself. It was quite good experience to work on research papers, and me, Reddy, and Abhay helped me out in writing those research papers. Apart from it, I just want to mention my uh, hostel group. It's Hostel 5 Bias. Like we are the group of around 10 students, and we just maintained everything during our meeting. Like we were into everything. We just used to study, group studies, group gaming, everything we just used to do in group. They just helped me out in achieving this success. I just want to thank them, everyone in my Hostel 5 bias to regarding my success. They are the one who just helped me out in achieving these successes. And
Okay.
projects, if you want, I can just send you my resume. You can just see my projects, what I did, and you can, if you want, you can just contact me personally too if you need any advice on some projects or anything like that. I'm always ready
All
to
right.
help Triple ID student. Triple ID
Yes, sir,
Bhagalpur student.
absolutely, sir. Yes, sir,
You can
absolutely,
just
sir.
reach
We
me
know,
out.
sir. Yes, sir. So, okay, so moving on to the next question. And we have Roshni Pal who has asked, Sir, any special piece of advice for ECE and mechatronics branch students regarding coding?
There is no special advice. You are don't think that mechanical students or EC students can't be placed, or they are more into their core subjects. In my company, I'm working with of 7 guys. Only two are from CSE branch. Five of them are from one, two of them are from mechanical, and three of them are from electronics. So just don't think that if you are from electronics or mechanical, then you might not do coding. mistake anyone can do. Even someone is who is not from technical domain, who is not doing BTech or anything, he or she might also can do coding. The thing is, you just need to focus on different approaches, algorithms, data structures, and work on it. To set your goal and do hard work on it, it will definitely help you.
Yes. Absolutely, sir. I mean, this is a very interesting topic because many of them, I think, many of them had the same question. So we are moving on to the next question. Um, we have Bharshiv who has asked, "How much did you focus on Code Chef, Lead Code, Code Forces questions? Was interview theoretical or mixed?"
As I already shared with you, right? The interview was technical. It was theoretical. It was initially technical interview, technical round one, in which they used to ask questions, and we just used to. We are asked to write the code, and we are asked to tell our approach to solve that problem. And if you say about how much did you focus on code chef, lead code, code forces question, you can select any platform for coding. Don't try to be platform dependent. Do platform independent coding. Suppose I'm an EC student for a moment, and I just want to do coding. I just started today. I got motivated and I just started working on data structures. I just took first thing as a linked list, and from Geeks or Geeks, there are many different resources available. From Geeks for Geeks or some different resource, I just did everything about linked list. So the next moment is I just need to see different questions on this data structures, like basic ones: how to delete a node into linked list, how to add a node, how to add a different position, how to find the linked list is circular or not, or there are different many things in linked list. So merging the two linked lists, sorting the linked list, why we only use merge sort and sorting the linked list. Anything we can see that bunch of questions which are predefined. After doing that question, just try to see something related, something more advanced to that data structure. If you are comfortable in doing that more advanced question, then try to get into the experts questions. That will help you out in doing the things. But being my personal opinion, don't try to study data structure completely once. If you are working with arrays first, try to solve maximum question on arrays. And one thing, try to solve it by yourself. Think about it. You can take initially you will take time to think on different questions, how to approach. Once you compile the question and once you did it yourself, the second thing you need to do is to see the answer of that question. Suppose you gave me a question, or suppose I am doing a question today. I'm just working on a question, and it's a simple question to find a maximum element into an array. So what I did, I just took an element and I just compared it with the whole element in an array, and I just find that this number is maximum. I just compiled the code and I'm very happy that I did it. But the problem is I took big O of n space and big O of n time complexity, or n square time complexity, in solving the question. The question is compiled. The next thing, you need to see the different approach so that I can reduce the complexity. If you will be having this habit, then in future it will be helping you out a lot. Try to develop this habit in initial days of doing coding. Once you did the question yourself, try to see the different approach of the question to reduce the time complexity as well as the space complexity. So once you will be having this habit, it will be definitely helping you out in further preparation. When you will be going into expert question, or when you will be going into hard question of that data structure, then definitely it might help you out in getting those things. Initially start from basic level, then go to easy, then go to medium, then go to hard for one data structure. And once you are comfortable with that data structure, try to switch to next data structure. Do in this way, and once you have completed the whole data structure part, try to go into algorithm, try to learn different algorithm design, dynamic programming, divide and conquer, 3D approach, etc. Once you are comfortable with all of the things, then go into these coding platform, Hacker, Code Chef, Code Forces. I'm just telling it for the new students who just want to start from today, and all those who have already studied these things and they just want to go into these. They are comfortable that okay, I know these things. now I can do coding. Then they can just start working with CodeChef, LeetCode. Every platform is quite good. LeetCode is good. Codeforce is good. They can just participate in different hackathons and they just can work on different things. Participating in hackathons definitely help you out to build yourself in coding. I just recommend you to participate in different hackathons.
Uh, Thank you, sir. And moving on to the next question, we have. So there's probably a delay in the thing. Please hold on, sir. Yes. So Piyush Gupta has asked, what to do if I know the answers but unable to explain to interviewer in English?
These problem many of our by students might have faced. It's quite obvious that one is not comfortable in speaking in English. So since your first starting time of this meeting itself, try to speak in English with your friends. Try to watch English movies. Try to watch English novels. It will definitely help you out in speaking English. And if you are thinking that you are quite hesitated in speaking English, try to speak in front of mirror with yourself in English. Definitely within a month you will be comfortable in speaking English. At initial days I was just quite hesitated in speaking English. This thing I just my one of my relative told me that okay, see yourself in mirror and try to speak in English with yourself. It will definitely help you out. That thing I just used to do at those times and it helped me out in getting the confidence in English. So if you are not comfortable in speaking in English in interview, then they definitely don't ask to speak in English. Then speak in English. But speaking in English is a plus point because if you are giving the HR interview, then HR always wants us to speak in English. But in technical
Absolutely.
rounds and all, it's if you are speaking in Hindi itself, it's very normal. They just don't say anything if you are
Okay.
speaking in Hindi.
All
So
right.
just
With
try
this,
to
I
develop.
think we have. Yes, sir. Yes. I think with this, we have come towards the end of the podcast. Looking at the time, it is our privilege to have Mr. Kanishk Tyagi as our guest today. Thank you again, sir, for joining us today in this podcast and being present with your interview and sharing so many insights and so much knowledge about your experiences with your new company, your college life, and how you used to have hardships in your life and how you dealt with them. Thank you again, sir, for joining us today. And um, with this,
Thank you
sir,
so much.
yes,
I
I
really
hope our
want to
viewers
thank
got. Yes,
what pardon?
yes, yes, sir. Continue, sir.
I really want to thank out my batch students, 2017 to 21 batch. Everyone I want to thank out, and moreover, I want to thank my TPO team, college director sir, and all the professors they who just taught me everything, different subjects, and just motivated me to do hard work apart from my family. So it's very, I just thank them a lot that they helped me out in getting whatever I want in my life. My hostel five students, basically, they just helped me out. I just want to thank them, and even I just want to thank juniors too. They just helped our batch students in doing different things. So I'm very happy that with help of all of them, I just got whatever I want to have in my life. And if I don't have them, then definitely I would not be having whatever I have today. So I just want to thank everyone, and I just want to thank all of you to have me here and asking me the questions so that it might help a student to get whatever they want. I can just motivate them, and personally they can just text me out. If there is a delay, I just saw the message and I just not reply to it. I'll be replying them after some time whenever I'll be free because these days the office load is very much from morning 9:30 to evening 7:30. I am working with Nykaa, so it's very cracky schedule for me during weekdays. So at weekend definitely I'll be replying to their problems or their issues if they want to discuss with me. All of them are always welcome. They can just ask different things and they can just set me as their guide to the success.
Yes. And I really hope that our viewers got their queries answered. and we will be hosting similar interviews going forward. So stay tuned until next time. It's your host Shubharnajit Saha signing off.